Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I just have to say, as a senator from Michigan and representing the Motor City, that I'm very excited about these incredible developments in our auto industry, and to see auto manufacturers coming together with suppliers, with technology companies, all cooperating together to create some partnerships that will ultimately create an awful lot of new jobs and are going to just lead to some extraordinary breakthroughs in terms of vehicle safety as well as performance. And as we've heard from your testimony and others, deal with some of our mobility challenges generally for various individuals. So I want to thank the witnesses for being here today to discuss this frontier, particularly connected and automated technologies and their life-saving benefits. Now, we know there's still some significant challenges that we're going to be facing as policymakers in order to actually see this realized. I think it's clear that what we are on the cusp of is disruptive technology in the auto sector, probably unlike anything we've seen for, I can't imagine how many decades, but it's many, many decades since we've seen this sort of disruptive technology. And as we've heard today, but I think it's really important to repeat, is that we know that over 38,000 people died on our highways last year, and your companies are developing technologies that could very well dramatically reduce that number, saving tens of thousands of lives. And that's why I believe that as members of Congress and my colleagues here that we have to do everything we can to make sure that your efforts are not delayed or unnecessarily deterred. And that means that Congress has to ensure that the FCC, the DOT, and the NTIA are thoroughly testing any proposal for spectrum sharing in the 5.9 gigahertz band between the DSR safety critical signals and unlicensed Wi-Fi devices. Connected vehicle technologies should not be compromised by someone connected to a toaster or a light switch. The technologies of today and tomorrow must be safe from cyber threats and protect users' privacy as well. We must avoid a patchwork of state regulations that will only stunt the development and deployment of these technologies, and instead work to implement a consistent national policy. And we must think carefully about the insurance implications as well of connected and automated cars, and the possibility of liability shifting to the manufacturers as human control of the vehicles dissipates. And finally, we must increase our investment in connected and automated vehicle research and development. I support the administration's 10-year, $3.9 billion proposal for this purpose, and particularly the $200 million in the DOT FY17 budget request for funding a large-scale pilot program that will accelerate these technologies. And I think it's particularly essential that a portion of this money go towards funding a designated national facility where academia, industry, and government can all come together to conduct connected and automated vehicle research, testing, product development, and certification. As we've heard, countries like Sweden, Korea, China, and Japan have already established these test sites. We need to do it as well. I certainly appreciate the comment about M-City associated with the University of Michigan, which is involved in some detailed testing on a track which brings all the manufacturers together. And perhaps I'll just get some comment from some of you as to how important it is to have a national testing facility that can bring all the manufacturers together, suppliers together, to make sure that all of these technologies actually work together. It doesn't do any good to have a great product if it's not working in conjunction with the Toyotas and the Hondas and the GM and Ford and everybody else out on the road. And as was mentioned, in all weather conditions as well, snow and ice is important to test. But perhaps some of your comments as to how important it is for us as government officials to be focusing on creating a national center where we can do